What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but here's my reaction to episodes 9 to 11 of Psychopaths. Um, these reactions were recorded like a while back, like a long time ago. So I apologize if if this came out pretty late for those of you who are watching my Psychopaths reactions. And I was still using my older mic in these videos, so maybe the audio quality may not be on par with today's standard. But yeah, I am putting Psychopaths on hold for the moment. Um, I will be returning back to it whenever I can, but I'm just putting it on hold. I'm not dropping it or anyway. Why would I? It's a great show. Um, but yeah, I'm putting Psychopaths on hold. This is the mid-season finale after all. So yeah, we are halfway through Psychopaths, and the next 11 episodes is the second half. It's the second core. So I'll see you all when that happens. So until then, enjoy these reactions and discussions. All right. They got a name. The way he said it, as if he knows. Okay, Gino. An apology. Okay, Gino. Okay. Getting back into the groove. I also love that Gino actually recognizes that, yeah, it's kind of my fault, like, I judge you, preemptively. I was wrong. You were right. Paradise fruit. The first sin? Oh, what's wrong with the back? can't tell if Candy is cute or annoying, but she is cute. Too many information. I couldn't wrote it all down. Okay. The limitations of the human body. Hmm. Now we're talking about souls. That attitude. It's the eyes. If they're trying to capture the fact that he is like half robot, there's an artificial feel to his presence, then they're doing a great job at it. Here we go. Cybernetics, cyborgs, immortality. She's blushing. They don't want to be half a cyborg. Yeah, it's like I don't want to lose half of myself, right? 40% is fine, but 50%, then I don't want to be like half and half. Oh, look at that smile. Kind of like Kane. This is an interesting conversation that they're having. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, a matter of degree and perspective. I mean, if you use technology half your life, then you know a point can be made. I mean, you carry a phone every now and again, almost every time actually. So it has become a part of your life. Who's that voice? Professor Saiga. Clinical. I wasn't able to read that. Very ominous. He's always in the shadow, always in the dark. He's hiding something. There's mystery. I mean, yeah, obviously. How do you know? Wondering why why she went to the police instead. But how do you know this information? Whoa, those cuts. All that through observation? Or is there something more? Sure, let's go with that. I mean, it is a really amazing ability. Interesting, because this is basically them saying that they're relying more on human intuition, right? Human knowledge instead of the Sybil system, instead of technology. Again, seeing a clear theme of this episode. Yeah, and that's how he gets away with it. That's a good way to put it. There's a reaction from him. I wonder if he knows Makishima. Like, what if Makishima actually has control of him? Okay. All of the above. And that's how Makishima got in there. Okay then. I love how we have basically two different teams right now. There's Kogami and Akane, and then there's the rest of the Beru. Interesting shot, showing the fan. Must be nice to have automated cars. You don't have to drive or look at the road. Which is? Interesting. Oh, he is. Oh. So why is Makishima working with him? Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, buddy. Oh, with the deer in the back, it's giving me the tingles. Interesting shot. Kogami? It is. Oh, I love that. Cuts to them. Where have you two been? Ouch. Segregation. And in the beginning of the episode, Gino was apologizing to him. And now we're approaching the end of the episode. Oh, she is raising her voice. I love how she's like trying to, you know. Tension in the air. And he completely ignores her. I love some of the cuts that they're using. Like some of the quick cuts to black. For some people it may be annoying, but to me it kind of helps with the flow of the story, especially in this episode. Also, great shot. Uh, it's treated as equals by the system, but not equals by yourselves. Yeah. Ah. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Used to. But why though? They were talking about like relations and family at the end. Is Makishima related to Kogami? I mean, I would not be surprised if that is the case. Either that, or he has a past relation with Kogami and we just don't know it yet. And Kogami also does not realize it as well. So, okay, so this episode focuses a lot on humanity, right? Human soul, human intuition, human emotion, human knowledge, and of course, human judgment. While it is, on the grand scheme of things, one of the main themes of Psychopaths, it's just that this episode is specifically talking about that, and that is what most of this discussion is going to be about. So, the episode starts with Senguchi, right? Cyborg. Half man, half machine. He is more machine than man. But how much percentage though? He brings up an interesting point, which where is it? It's around in the beginning of the episode. No, it's somewhere around here, right? So he asks a question, right? what's wrong with, letting go of your human self, right? This is the advancement. This is literally, paraphrasing, the next step in human evolution, right? According to him, right? And this young lady, the interviewer herself, said that, well, according to this survey, right, more than a lot of people said that they don't want, more than 50% of their body being cybernetics, right? It's because they don't want to lose half of their humanity, right? There's still that glimpse, that moral and, I guess, psychological sense of, if I remove more than half of my body, then am I still technically myself? Am I still technically human, right? There's a word for it. I forgot about it. Is it the thespian ship? The ship of Theseus, I'm sorry. Basically a thought process of, what if you replace an object, right? If you have an object and then you replace every part of it, is it still the same object, right? If you have a bicycle and then you replace the parts one by one until you replace all of the parts, then is it still the same bike? Same thing with a human, right? If you replace a human one by one until all of it is replaced with cybernetics, then is that still technically a human? Obviously, we have not gone that far yet in the show, but I would not be surprised if we would go down that route, right? Because he himself, Senguchi himself, mentions, right, about immortality, right? The concept of being immortal, right? And in a world where, the Sibyl system exists, where artificial intelligence is, more intelligent than ever, it begs the question, can you actually transfer your own consciousness, right, your own mind, into a safe place, right? So if your actual body just dies and passes away, you still have that mind somewhere floating around, right, in the internet, right? I think Serial Experiments Lane did a far better job at exploring that theme. So go watch that if you haven't already. But this kind of also goes with my question before regarding Makishima, right? So we know that Makishima has a goal, right? He has a plan. We don't know what the plan is. The most that I can think of right now is the plan is to destroy the Sibyl system, destroy the system, destroy the order that has already been in place, because the order is corrupted and why am I blanking? The system is broken, basically, right? It's not a fair system. It's flawed, right? And Makishima plans to basically destroy it all. At least that's what I'm getting at so far, right? Why would Makishima go for these crimes, right? These crimes that are an anomaly for the Sibyl system, even for like the enforcers and the inspectors, right? They're dealing with this, with these crimes, and they're like, what is up with this? Like this is something that we've never seen before, right? And it's clear that Makishima, especially, his own ideology, his own perspective, his own like clear view of life, and the way he acts, right? A criminal that does not leave a single trace, a criminal that, from my own understanding so far, is able to get away from the Sibyl system. Because he finds a flaw, he finds a loophole, basically, right? He manages to get away from all of these crimes by making other people do those crimes. And I don't know, but I feel like, I think I mentioned this in like the previous episode, but it would be funny if they point out, if they point the gun towards Makishima and then the civil system reads it and like, no, he's a fine person. He's normal. His crime coefficient isn't high. That would be funny, right? That would be funny, but that would also prove his point, right? The system is broken. Makishima wants to destroy the system. That was the whole point of like the previous episode when we were talking about Shakespeare and his play on one of his plays concerning about the destruction of order and the creation of a new one. If Makishima does decide to destroy the civil system, it makes sense, does it not? If Makishima would then transfer his own mind and become the system, like I was talking about that in the previous episode, right? What if Makishima becomes the new system? He becomes the new order. He becomes the new rules of the world, right? If that is his plan, and he wants to enact that plan, would it not make sense if Makishima is the one who decides? It makes sense if Makishima, would theoretically transfer his consciousness, become immortal, just like what Tenguchi is talking about in this scene, right? Lose all of his humanity and become one with the system, right? If that is the case, and I am actually right, I'm gonna clap myself. I'm gonna pat myself in the back. But if I am completely wrong, well then, that's because it's written by Gen Urobuchi, and Gen Urobuchi likes to fuck with our minds. But anyways, yeah. The entire episode so far, discussing about humanity and what it is to be human, and the over reliance of technology, our smartphones, right? Technology, the internet, your computer, screens everywhere, right? An over reliant on technology. We see it in this entire episode when they were also like driving. Where is it? Here when they are driving, they're not actually driving. The car is driving itself. An over reliance on technology, right? And here, right, when Akane and Kogami is visiting this Professor Saiga, this is the complete polar opposite. This is the juxtaposition. This is the contrast of the episode, right? You got one side that is dealing mostly on the technological cybernetic side of things, and then you have the actual human side of things, right? Teach me, right? The professor himself kind of basically reads Akane's mind without actually using any technology. No, he's doing this, his own words, through simple observations, right? The human mind can work wonders. Kogami asks for his help. Help her, learn all of these things, even though these things that she is learning could potentially cloud his, his psychopath, his her crime coefficient, whatever, right? And kind of, could potentially make it go up, which in turn can basically, make her lose her job. But the point is, she's learning all of these things, right? This training. But it's not from the civil system, no. This is all pure human intuition. This is pure human knowledge, right? And I wonder if that is gonna come into play later on, right? Because we know, once again, the system is flawed. The civil system isn't really the best system there is, because the concept of human morality, it does not have. There is no such thing as human morality in the civil system. That's why it decides that you're gonna be a criminal before you even became a criminal, right? It judges you preemptively without any moral thought and process, right? You look at a criminal, right? Human intuition would go, well, maybe we can change you. Maybe we can help you, right? Therapy and whatever, right? And that's what happened in the first episode, right? With Akane saying, hey, don't don't kill the victim, right? She is the victim. Please don't kill the victim. Let her go through therapy, and that's what happened, right? She went through therapy, and as it turns out, her crime coefficient kind of lowered down a bit. She kind of calms down a bit, right? So loving the back and forth between, you know, the two sides of this of the themes of this episode. But I guess I was kind of jumping all over the place. The first scene in the episode was really sweet. Well, I say sweet, not really sweet, but Gino basically apologizing to Kogami is a nice surprise, and good. You know, he realizes that, yeah, this is my fault. I should not have doubted you. You know, you did your thing, and you almost got, you know, the criminal when I did not. You know, so apologies, man. Apologies, right? Of course, this is also because of the fact that Kogami used to be an inspector, and they, you know, used to work together. Akane blushing around, choosing her clothes is really fun, and it's really cute. It's very cute. All right. There's a lot of stuff that I kind of miss, right? Like some of these like texts. The cyberization health bureau. Okay. So this entire sequence, right? Hang on. Text? No text on the left? No. I swear there was text on the left. Give me a sec. Chairman? Yeah, no. I guess no. Okay then. No, actually, hang on. Wait a minute. Give me a... Nope. Never mind. So, this entire setting is completely fake, right? That's why they were setting up the holograms. And I love how just uncanny he is. The way he is animated, the way he moves, the eyes especially. It's the eyes. It's 100% the eyes. That's what... The eyes is the thing that is making it uncanny, right? Because you look on the right, you look at the lady, her pupils, normal size pupils. You look on the left, you look at the dude, you know, you're like, yo, why do you have like lizard eyes? Mark Zuckerberg, ayo. But this entire sequence again, discussing about the morality and, you know, the implications of, like, you know, changing your body into and replacing it into, you know, cybernetic parts. Yeah, that is a future that unfortunately we will have to endure later on. That's almost inevitable. So I also love the fact that Akane actually dresses up for the occasion, and then Kogami just, you know, decides to, you know, screw that, you know, I'm just gonna wear my normal clothes. That's such a guy thing to do. like yeah, relatable. Uncanny as always. Again, some of the scenes with the car in the highway isn't really all that good, but I'm just gonna let it slide. Like this, it could be better. I mean, it's this came out in what, 2014. It's still like better CGI than most animated that's coming out this year. Like, at least they actually textured like most of the background images. The only thing that isn't textured is the cars, and that's probably why there's like a big, like, clear difference between the two. Like these are like two completely different, like, planes of existence, right? You got a background that is really well textured, and then you have this car that is mostly solid colors. But again, it's only for like a couple of seconds. It's only a nitpick. It doesn't really matter. So the interview goes on. We reached a private property. There's a couple of camps down there. So I wonder why. Good question, right? I wonder why there's camps there. I mean, probably people camping, right? But they're camping like right beside this house. Also, I wonder if this house, you know, because you see like this this river, right? I wonder if this river is actually created from this house. Like this is actually an artificial river, and then the river is flowing down, and then it kind of becomes this. So this entire river is actually from that place, and not a natural river. Stretching, but you know, if that is the case, then you know it's fun. You know, it's cool, right? It also plays on the idea of like artificial and natural, right? But a cool house nonetheless, and beautiful background art. To be honest, wow, this is beautiful. So they meet Professor Saiga. They come in. They talk about it. Let's see if I can recognize some of these books. The ones in the back are like way too blurry for me to see. And the ones in front, unfortunately, I could not read as well. So, we move on. There's a CD that says Clinical Psychology Special Lecture A, Civil Education Investigation Research Center. Ooh, okay. And they did talk about like how his research, his methods would then be, you know, be given to the inspectors and the enforcers. Unfortunately, that eventually made things kind of worse because the psychopaths and the crime coefficient and whatever, right? So he seems a bit sus at first, right, Professor Saiga, because you know the way he is designed, the way he looks, the way he is being framed, always in the shadow. But maybe I'm wrong, and I want to be wrong because I think this is just a really smart person. I don't want him to actually, you know, be in cahoots with Makishima. I don't want to watch like the next couple of episodes and then Makishima just you know kind of appears in the back and go like, well, my minion, how was our prey? Like if that happens, I'm gonna be like, Not that I hate that though. That would just kind of enforce the idea of Makishima just, you know, controls the world, just, you know, not in plain sight, right? A couple of really cool shots, and the fact that we are kind of focusing more and more on Akane is basically seeing through Professor Saiga's point of view, especially like looking at her lips and whatever, you know. At first I was like, what is she do? What is he doing? But then he explains and I'm like, okay. Observations, right? And I really hope that this conversation and what they are kind of setting up would then have like a good payoff later on, because we are kind of setting up like, you know, human observations, right? I want Akane to basically observe somebody and make a final call, a final judgment, not from her psychopath, not from her gun, not from the civil system, no, but from herself and from her own judgment and from her own observations. That could be sweet. More things. I don't know what that says. It's all in Japanese. More beautiful drawings, more beautiful shots and compositions. And I love how we're basically having two teams. Basically, we have Kogami and Akane doing their own shit, and then we have the rest of the party, right? All under Gino. And this is where things get tricky, right? Because it's clear, right, in this part of the episode, there's definitely conflict, there's definitely a rift going on, right? Even though by the end of the episode we are kind of stitching that by saying, hey, Gino's actions, he has his own reasons, right? It's understandable why he acts that way, right? He doesn't want to lose another friend, he doesn't want to lose another colleague, he doesn't want to see another person, get demoted or be, or have their lives ruined by the civil system, right? It's not like Gino is completely oblivious to the whole situation. No, Gino completely understands the system, right? He may be a slave to the system, but he understands the system and he doesn't want other people to suffer the same fate that some of his friends and family has already, endured, right? So good intentions, not necessarily the best in terms of its execution, right? And I get that. I understand why he is this way, and I understand why, he is written this way, right? Because again, like I was saying, Gino is the embodiment of somebody who knows that it's quote unquote wrong, right? The system, right? He is aware, that the system is flawed. But he's also a slave to it, right? Again, like I was mentioning, right? He is completely under the control of the civil system, right? He can't do anything about it. Even if he wants to, he can't, right? He doesn't want to. So the fact that he has Akane, clearly somebody who from the beginning is already going against the system by actually choosing to go to the Bureau and not, the other stuff that the system recommends. And then you have Kogami, who already defied the system and got demoted, right? It makes Gino's life all the more stressful. And I can see them, actually going rogue. I can actually see Akane and Kogami going rogue. Maybe not now, but I can see them going rogue later on, right? It's a classic story of, of like the police realizing that if they want this case to succeed, they need to do it, their own way. They need to not be restricted by the system. They need to not be restricted by the rules and the laws. It needs to be their own way, basically becoming a vigilante, right? And in doing so, they need to, back away from the police to begin with, right? So I can see that happening. And if that does happen, then that means Akane and Kogami needs to go head to head with Gino as well. The problem is, what about the rest of the team? Are they gonna follow Gino, or are they gonna help Akane and Kogami? We don't know yet, because most of the team are enforcers, right? So it's unclear whether or not, how they're gonna deal with internal conflict, because they're setting it up. I mean, it's been set up from like a lot of episodes ago, right? We're just waiting for the moment that either Akane or Gino burst out and has had enough. And when that happens, that's when all hell breaks loose. I guess the last thing I want to talk about is this, right? Makishima and Senguchi just having another conversation, talking alone together. It's a very cozy place, actually. A lot of the candles, a lot of warmth to it, right? Makes it feel cozy. Just realized I'm almost wearing the same clothes that Makishima is wearing. I'm only wearing blue and he's wearing green. Hopefully that doesn't indicate that I'm a serial killer. A joke. And the fact that they are using Rikako's bones is bone chilling. Really uncanny, really just spine tingling. Makishima is reading a book. I don't think I've mentioned this in like, what was it, episode 4 or 5? It was between 4 or 5 because I just finished, editing those reactions like a while ago, right? I finished editing my reactions to 4 and 5, and then when I was editing them, I realized that the book that Makishima is reading is George Orwell's novel 1984. And if you know 1984, then you know why it's significant to the story. A dystopian world, right? Where order and everything, I think that's pretty much it for my discussion for episode 9 of Psychopaths. I think that's pretty much it, basically, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we end the episode with Makishima smiling when Senguchi asked, like, why are you so fixated on Kogami? And I was wondering that as well. The only thing that I can think of right now is that if Makishima and Kogami are related in a way, and if they are related in a way, then that means Makishima knows that they are related, but Kogami does not. That's basically it, right? Because before this scene where they're having a conversation and they're asking, why you're fixated on Kogami, we had this scene, where they're basically talking about friends, family, connections, relationships, like actual relation with friends and family and whatever, right? So it kind of makes sense why after they're talking about friends and family, you cut to these two talking about why are you so obsessed with Kogami, and then Makishima just giving this like ominous smile as if that's an answer. Again, we don't know for sure. No actual confirmation. I'm only going off of, based on how the story is written and the narrative flow. So it'll be interesting to see who Makishima is to Kogami, and especially his past, right? Makishima's past, like what made him this way, right? I mean, I talked about this in like the previous episode, right? Made my own theories and predictions, right? What if Makishima, something happened to Makishima, that the Sibyl system might have caused? Maybe, who knows? But either way, I am still excited and I am still looking forward to more Psychopaths. I feel like the story is only just beginning. I feel like the story is, ramping up. We're introducing a lot of these new ideas, these new themes, especially the thing about like immortality, cybernetics, replacing the human body, right? Talking about the human soul. The episode itself called Paradise Fruit, I believe, which, goes way back to like Christianity and religion, about like the first creation of man, right? God created man in his own image, and then falls in, and then man falls into sin because of knowledge, right? So that's pretty much it. Okay, important stuff, but come on, subtitles. Waiting for you, 3 p.m. Akane reaching for the phone and then just falling down. That was cute. Painful, but cute. Methuselah's game. Methuselah, oldest living person according to the Bible, grandfather of Noah. Interesting. Interesting angle. As long as Kino doesn't find out. Love the environment. The rustic detail to it. A crow. And it's watching them. These two. Yep. Do it, but if you do, then Kino's gonna find out. Using a baton. Baton. Dusty. No. Muddy. Past the point of no return. Oh shit. It's a trap. Oh. The map is wrong. That's not Akane. The hunter is now the hunted. It's begun, hasn't? Oh my god. Shit. Shit. He's being lured in. Oh no. Subdued. Okay. Not dead. One of these days, you're gonna have to save an actual victim. Like, come on. One of these days. Okay, good. No, not good. They just arrived on the scene. It's not like they already saved him. Shit. Yeah. Oh, blaming her. I like how he bumped in, kind of breaking off the tension between the two. I have a feeling she's gonna die though. Okay, Makishima knows. It's you. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I guess you don't have a choice. If it was just Kogami, there won't be any tension in the scene. But because they have the girl, then the tension is real, and now there's cybernetic dogs, and oh god. Oh, nice POV shot of the dogs. Okay, run, run, run. Hmm. I didn't like that shot, but it was mostly due to the camera angle. That's nothing to do with the CGI. Oh, it's a playground. Like a playground for dogs, like an obstacle course. And there they are. Fuck. They haven't noticed them. No. Yeah. He doesn't want to. A bag. Hmm. Okay, clever. My heart is pounding, by the way. Like, Kogami's fine. We know that, but her. She has faith. Oh, blood. Wow. Yeah. Don't. Why would you? Oh my god. Love the color hues. The red, green, and the blue. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, you gotta find it, shit. It's all a game. Don't leave her. Well, I mean, as long as she doesn't, move, I guess it's fine. Wow. Oh my god, he is riding it and shocks it. There's the battery. But the baton is there. Shit. Oh, clever. Run where? Why did you leave the bag? Oh, you bet your ass he did. His soul, once again, talking about the inner humanity. Oh, interesting. He's also observing and testing him. Yeah, he likes that. Kogami's gonna have to sacrifice her. You are, yes. He's thinking about it. And she's almost given up at this point. No, no, no. Trust him, trust him. I actually don't know where this is going, actually. Uh, that is sick. Actually sick. For Makishima. Like actually disgustingly sick. Like, what the fuck? But it is clever. The system will make that decision. Blaming her again. there is the side of responsibility that, yes, I can understand, but on the other side, thank you. No, we're leaving on a cliffhanger. This was a fun episode. Um, Not really my favorite episode of Psychopaths, but it has its qualities. I don't think I'm gonna be bringing out the best of me in terms of the discussion for this episode, because not only is the episode technically isn't over yet because it left us on a cliffhanger, it will still continue on with the next episode. And I won't be watching the next episode immediately after. I just don't have the time. So I'm gonna watch the next episode next week, unfortunately. But overall, this episode was fine. Kogami running around, being hunted as, as a dog, right? Or a fox, right? Being hunted down, being tested by Makishima. It was a fun episode. There's definitely tension, especially considering that she is in this episode. If this was just Kogami, I would not feel any tension, if I'm being honest. But now that we have a civilian, right? An innocent person who got roped into this and has a higher possibility to die, right? Because she is not a main character. She is just the side character that just so happens to be Akane's friend. Her presence actually elevated this entire episode a lot. Why? Because she is the reason why tension is felt. If it was just Kogami, there's no tension. Because she is here, there is tension, right? Because not only do we not want her to die, but we also don't want her to die because of the implications and the weight of that death when we factor in Kogami, right? If she dies, then it is also Kogami's responsibility, and Kogami's responsibility is also Akane's responsibility. So if she dies, it all goes back to Akane being like, oh my god, why did I do this? It's all my fault. We don't want that to happen, right? Because if that happens, you know the system, you know how flawed it is. If Akane just has a smidge of regret and stress, then Sybil is gonna go, hey, 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 stranger, danger, danger, danger. right? We don't want that to happen now. And obviously I don't want her to die because I want to see Akane talking to her again whenever they eat food, lunch, dinner, whatever. Um, Start of the episode was fun. Akane picking up the phone and then falling down was funny. Um, the episode title being Methuselah's Game. Methuselah, for those of you who are unaware or aren't religious, Methuselah is a religious figure, right? Of the Abrahamic religion, right? Basically, he is considered to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but Methuselah is considered to be perhaps the oldest living human, at least according to the Bible, living around like over 900 years old, grandfather to Noah. So it's interesting because last episode we were just talking about, like immortality and, human soul and, how long does a human, could last, right? And then you have Methuselah's game. Methuselah, who is Methuselah referring to here? Obviously, Makishima. Interesting, right? Makishima being referred to as somebody who has lived a long life and an important figure, right? At least that's the implication, right? Methuselah's game. This is Makishima's game. I just find that interesting, right? Right, the whole soul and the whole lifelong longevity of the human age and whatever, right? From the previous episode. So we go to an abandoned place. This abandoned place feels abandoned. The art department did a fantastic job in conveying that. Just throw in a bunch of like rust and brown shit. Good job, because it works. The crow looking at them, spying on them, feeling like judgment, right? Again, like the crow is basically like hunting its prey, right? Waiting for a meal, right? Waiting for a dead carcass. The crow is watching, right? And is watching, is looking at why am I blanking out? At Kogami. Kogami and Akane's and the overall dynamic is fun in this episode. It has been building up. This interaction in the beginning is really fun. It's sweet. This whole place really does feel run down and just broken and abandoned. You can even feel you can even see like oil residue in like the water, right? On the left here. Oh. Also, the name of the place starts with M. Come on now, Makishima. Don't give away your secret lair. Come on. But Kogami walks in, right? Under the supervision of Akane, unfortunately, the signal cuts loose. I find it odd that Kogami, of all people, doesn't really, he never realizes that this isn't really Akane speaking until it is too late, considering, what happened before when Kogami was the one who kind of decipher Spooky Boogie's like whole situation, with the chat logs and whatever, being like, hey, this isn't how she speaks. Something's off, something's wrong. So I don't know, I just find it odd that Kogami, in this situation, didn't really realize that this isn't really Akane speaking. Like even I, as a viewer, immediately realized, oh, this is a different voice. There's a clear different, tone to it. But Kogami just kept believing and hearing it and chugging along. I don't know. I just find that kind of weird from like his character. So he meets Akane's friend, who I forgot her name, unfortunately. I apologize. I'm sorry. The team comes in. Gino, of course, going, I told you, you should have supervised him better. You should have keep him on a leash, right? You let him go away, you let him roam free, and now look what happens, right? But again, blaming Akane, blaming her again and again. And again, we kind of know why he blames Akane. It's understandable, doesn't mean I agree with it, you know? We know from Gino's past now, right? From like the previous episode, now we know his background a bit more. Again, still, I don't agree with his methods and his actions. But it's not like I hate the guy. It's not like I detest him. It's not like I am completely hating him. No. You know, he just wants the best for Akane, right? He just obviously he sees the world differently, I guess. But we venture out and we come into the playground, the hunting zone. The hunt begins. This moment is kind of stupid. I hate it. It's a common trope in like these sorts of like horror thriller situations where a character looks at something like, oh, even though everybody's like, no, don't, and then they approach the thing and then the bad shit happens, right? Luckily she doesn't die, right? In any other situation she probably would have died. It's a trope that I hate, and it's here and I hate it as well. It's a dumb move and I don't like it at all, but we move on, right? Of course they need to build up tension. It's the fact that they gave Kogami this like transponder. It's like giving him false hope, right? Again, it's all part of the game, right? You don't want your prey to feel hopeless. You want your prey to feel like there's a sense of hope. It keeps their adrenaline going. It keeps the game interesting, right? You want to play with your prey. Kogami defying all laws of gravity and physics, able to beat up those cybernetic dogs. I mean, it's Kogami. He works a lot. We see him, working out, so it's fine. Makishima, though, not only judging Kogami, but also judging Senguchi. And the fact that Senguchi enjoys it, kind of like, oh, you're testing me. But the way you're testing me, why you're testing me, I respect that. You know, it's that kind of vibe, right? And of course, Makishima doesn't want to get his hands dirty, obviously. So, Makishima wants Kogami to suffer. He is playing with his meal, right? With his prey. This whole scene at first was kind of awkward, but it's fine, actually. You know, it's not the worst fan service. In fact, it's really tame, and it's actually really mature in how it handles it, even though, we know why this scene exists, but the way they handle it is, to me personally, it's way more mature than your average, anime, so it's fine. But the way it's basically showing that, hey, the antenna is actually in her bra, and I'm like, who thinks of this? Like Makishima, ayo, why do you what? Okay. But the whole thing of like matching underwear, I don't think that's just one thing that I'm like, sure. I mean, I don't have matching underwear. don't ask me. But But I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, some people, I guess, want to have matching underwear sets, but you know, I don't think I've never really met somebody who has matching underwear or actively wants to have matching underwear. Moving on, um, Gino once again blaming Akane almost to the point of just gaslighting her, saying, "Hey, this is all your fault." But at least the team, you know, realizes it and say, "Hey, that's enough, dude. Come on, have some faith." And Gino's a bit reckless here. I mean, so far Gino has been like, while it's understandable why he acts this way, you know, he always acts, you know, tough towards Akane and everybody else, and it's understandable why that is the case. This specific moment, I find Gino to be slightly reckless. Right? He goes, "Doesn't matter. Just send them all out. Just send them all out until one of them finds Kogami." You know, I'm like, I don't think that's like the best plan, dude. You know, don't you, you know, have a better plan and just scatter them all out until they find Kogami? Like, dude, come on. And the episode ends. So we left on a cliffhanger. The team basically needs to find Kogami, and Kogami needs to be found before they got hunted, right? I don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode. We could see them actually, you know, for once, help the victim, because so far almost every victim or every like in every case that you know that they've been on, almost all of the innocent bystanders have been either killed, mushed, turned into an art piece, or just, you know, mashed into tomatoes, right? So yeah, the police aren't really doing the best job in that regard. You know what I mean? So for once, please, for the love of God, save her, please. I mean, Kogami's fine. We still have like 12 more episodes with Kogami. That's fine. That's fine. He's the main. He's one of the main characters. Come on. But Akane's friend, like, at least save her for once. 10 episodes in, 11 episodes. Come on. Plus, the next episode, from what I gather, is gonna be the mid-season finale. Like, yeah, 11 episodes, 22 episodes. Yeah, 11 episodes. The next episode is gonna be like the mid-season finale, and then after that, we're gonna be, I guess, venturing into new territory for Psycho-Pass. I just threw my pencil away. Anyways, that is pretty much it for my reaction and discussion for Psycho-Pass episode 10. Short discussion, again, not really my favorite episode. It's still a good episode though, don't get me wrong. There's still a couple of things that I do enjoy. But that's pretty much it. Okay, the team is on the move. Okay. Ah, I got something in my eye. Oh, this is gonna bother me for the rest of the episode. Oh, God. But either way, the hunter has become the hunted. And if this is part of Makishima's plan to basically lure in all of these enforcers, then he's doing a really good job at it. Oh god, this thing on my eyes, I fucking hate it. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Saint's Supper. Oh yeah. The saint probably referring to Makishima, and if that is the case, then yeah, he's getting supper all right. Gonna get a full course meal. They're here. All right. Interference should be gone by now. No. Gonna get the gun. Yep. Still a valid user. That was sick. That was sick. Ooh, that got him. How's Senguchi gonna handle this though? The name of the dog is Lovecraft? Alright. Okay. How old are you? Okay. But how does it make you feel? Fondly. Adrenaline. Mechanical heart. As a duelist. Okay, Makishima. There's music in the back. Oh, because it's a mechanical arm, it doesn't really. Okay, okay. Like, because it is inorganic, it doesn't really, transfer to the rest of his body. Playing Ode to Joy again? There he is! How much of him is actually robotic, though? Seems like almost all of his body is cybernetic. Oh yeah, yeah, that therapy is absolutely needed. What is it? What is it? Makishima? Fuck. Fuck. Fuck! Oh no. 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 Come on, Akane! Come on, come on, come on. There's Kogami. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, get some medical treatment. Right away. Okay, Masa, okay? Akane's gonna go after. Yeah, she's gonna go after Makishima. It's her job. Yeah. He's not gonna run after her, you see? Of course he wants to. Why is that so funny to me? Just heads at him. Well, with Gino here, Kogami's probably not gonna go anywhere. Wow. Oh, this is a setup. This is a set piece right here. How is this gonna go? What did I say? What did I say? It's not gonna affect them at all. Yeah. My heart is pounding right now. I don't want Yuki to die. But I have a feeling that Yuki's gonna die. Charges? Criminal charges? What did I do? Right? Oh god, oh god, oh god. But yeah, exactly, right. His hands are clean. He manages to break away from the system, right? Take advantage of it. But I'm not a criminal. How do you define crime? Okay. Yeah. Who are you to determine, right? Exactly. All of these things. All of these things that we've talked about in the past couple of episodes. It's all coming into fruition. Yeah. She's realizing how fucking flawed the system is. Yeah. Right. What judgment are you? Okay. Hmm. The value is arbitrary. Please don't. But if she points it at Yuki, it's gonna. I know exactly what he's trying to do. Yuki's crime coefficient is high enough. If she wants to kill Makishima, then she needs. This is torture. This is torture. This is perfect for Akane's character development. She needs to face this. And there it is. On one hand, Sybil, on the other hand, human judgment. Yeah, exactly. This, oh my god, this is so good. Yeah, and oh my god. Under 20. It's been going down and down and down again. Yeah. Fuck. Fuck. Man, Makishima is such a, oh god, fuck. Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm shaking just as much as Akane is. You don't want that bullet to miss. No. Fuck. This is such an incredible scene. Zero. Wow. Akane is broken. And how is her crime coefficient? Oh, she's broken. Yeah, just let it all out. Let it all out. Pointless. Yeah. Powerful. Just another spec, right? Just your average civilian. Heading out and showing the city. Oh, all of these cases. I mean, what can I say? Like, actually, what else can I say? I basically already talked about it, like, for episodes now, but there it is. There it is. I mean, yeah, I mean, this episode is great, right? Probably one of my favorites of the show so far. Really great. This entire scene alone probably elevated this entire episode for me. Because not only is the scene great, but it is also basically a culmination of everything that we know, everything that we talked about Makishima, right? All of the different theories and predictions, and what he is on full display. We finally see Makishima for what he truly is, right? And I've been talking about this since I don't know how many episodes ago, that I want to see them point the Dominator at Makishima only for it to say, not a criminal. And that is exactly what happened. A part of me felt happy that this happened, and the other half of me is like, oh god, it's actually happening. Because it's one thing to basically cheer that, you know, what you're saying is right, and it is another thing to realize, oh shit, I was right. And Yuki died. That's probably like the most gut-wrenching thing about this episode, right? Because it's not only the fact that Yuki dies, but it is the fact that Yuki dies because of Akane. Right? Sure, Makishima is the one who killed her. Yeah, no doubt about it. But it is also Akane's responsibility, and this moment is going to change Akane forever. In terms of her character, her development, and also her worldview. She has finally realized, she has seen what the Sibyl system truly is. Flawed, right? A flawed system, a system that cannot entirely be trusted because it's not based on human intuition or human emotion. No, it is all artificial. We as an audience know that Makishima is wrong. Akane knows Makishima is wrong, but the Sibyl system doesn't. Why? Because the Sibyl system reads Makishima for who he truly is. A psychopath. Akane realizing this, Akane slowly just breaking down each scene, right? Makishima taunting her, right? Slowly giving cuts to Yuki. Slowly hearing her scream for help. Right? Slowly screaming, help, 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 do something, right? And this isn't just a plea for help for her best friend, this is also a plea for help from the justice system. Akane is the justice system, right? She is the representation of that system. She is an inspector, right? She is the Sibyl system. She is the enabler of the Sibyl system, basically, right? The Sibyl system is right on her hands, right? She is the one who is taking the Sibyl system everywhere, and she's the one that goes, hey, that's a criminal, let's kill him. Unfortunately, Makishima has zero of the crime coefficient rating. 0. And I love how the Sibyl system, every time she basically points it at him, it just drops. Like, it's below 50, it's below 20, it's 0. And that's like the point where Akane is like, yeah, I can't do anything about this. I lost, right? Makishima trying to prove a point, right? You can't trust the system. Now, the question is, how is Akane going to handle this, right? How is she gonna be, how is she going to act moving forward, knowing that the system that she has been entrusted with is flawed? Makishima gave her a choice, right? On one hand, do you want to trust the Sybil system, or on the other hand, use the old-fashioned, weapon, right? The double-barreled shotgun, the double-barreled rifle, right? She has a choice, right? And she did try to use the classic weapon, right? The normal weapon, I would say. But it is that pure thought of, if I pull the trigger on this rifle, then I am the one who is killing it. That's the fun part of this whole situation, right? Because I never really put it into consideration, but these enforcers, these inspectors, right, these people who use the Dominator, they don't really believe that they are the one responsible. No, this is all Sybil, right? I'm not the one who's killing them or putting them under commission. No, Sybil is. I'm just taking Sybil out and giving it the opportunity to do so. I think that's the mindset that almost every one of these inspectors, at least, had, especially Akane. Because if you put it that way, all of these episodes of them shooting people, right, with the Dominators, it's almost as if they don't really feel responsibility at all, right? Especially Akane. It's the whole mindset of, oh, I'm not the one killing people, right? I'm not the one shooting people, killing people. No, that's Sybil. Sybil is the one that is judging people. Sybil is the one that makes the final call, right? I'm just following along, right? I'm just following the system, right? And now, given the choice to actually shoot somebody, right? The instinct of killing somebody, now it is your judgment to do so. Now it is in Akane's hand. Before, it's just the system. If you want to blame somebody, blame the system. Don't blame me for killing you. Blame the system for telling me that you're a criminal. But now, Akane is like, no, fuck the system. You're a criminal. You're about to kill my best friend. But now I have to actually sully my hands. Now, actually, I have to kill you. Now, it is my responsibility, my judgment. And is it safe to actually go against the system at play, right? Because now it's psychologically messing with her mind. Now she's thinking, I'm about to shoot somebody that the system is deeming innocent. Because that is the whole situation, right? So by the end of this, right, when Akane is just lying down, broken, crying, and again, we don't know her crime coefficient right now. We don't know, like, what level she is at the moment, right? Because she just instinctively, human instinct, right? It's her human instinct to go kill somebody. The civil system might deem that as criminal activity, right? It is the intent to kill, right? Remember, once again, all of these enforcers and these inspectors, right? It is not their intent to kill, it is the system's intent to kill those people, right? Those criminals, right? They're just the one that is enabling the system to do so. So now, what's gonna happen to Akane? Kogami knows what Akane is going through. I feel like Kogami has like experience in this sort of situation, I feel like. So the fact that Kogami is by her side actually, could make things better for her, right? Because now she has somebody to latch onto. Now she has somebody that kind of been in her shoes in her situation, right? And this is also what she wanted in the first place, right? She wants to understand Kogami, and now she kind of is in Kogami's situation, right? She has defied the system. She has not defied the system. She has broken loose. So what's gonna happen next? Again, most of my thoughts and my opinions on Makishima, I have talked about that in like the previous couple of episodes. So if you want to hear more about my thoughts on Makishima, you can just go back to like my previous episodes and just listen to my discussions there, because that's where I mostly discuss about Makishima. But most of the things that I did mention and I that I did discuss about Makishima, it's kind of on display here, right? Yeah, this entire episode is great. Specifically, the last half of the episode. The first half where we continue on with the hunting game. It's okay. It's fine. There's definitely a couple of there's definitely tension in these moments, but not as much as like this, for example. So yeah, it's great episode. Again, I don't know what else that I want to talk about, because most of the things that I do want to talk about, I already did. But yeah, that has been Psychopaths Season 1, Episode 11. Again, if you want to hear more about my thoughts and opinions on Makishima, just go to like my previous episode discussions, right? I think specifically, which episode was it? I think it was episode 8, right? I think it was around episode 8. Episode 8, if I'm not mistaken, is when Rikako gets killed, and that's when we finally see, like Makishima for who he truly is, right? And his desire to break down like the system or whatever. So maybe check out episode 8. It's discussion, maybe 7 as well. Just go watch my previous episode discussions. That's pretty much it. You will find me talking about Makishima a lot. So that's pretty much it for Psychopath Season 1, Episode 11. Great episode. And I cannot wait for the next core. Leave your comments down below if you have anything that you want to say. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Would love to discuss them as well. So, thank you all so much, and I will see you all next time. Take care, guys.